a lot of things going on here again. Start with the plasma table. So, got a CNC plasma table, and it's supposed to be able to cut 4x8 sheets. So, we'll see. I've never put a 4x8 sheet up here yet because obviously I can't fit a forklift in here, so I can't lift one up here. So, guess we'll have to do with smaller sheets, which I've been doing. I've had some practice. I've been practicing using it for a while now. Not too long, but I'm still learning the ropes. But here's like a sign plaque that I cut out. There's a few of them. And I've been practicing with a few thicknesses as well. But not having good times with the thinner stuff for some reason. So, just gonna need a bit more practice with that one. But anyway, yeah, that's the newest thing. I also did get a bandsaw as well. But newest thing with the thing, the thing and the. All right, I shut the garage door because it was too bright outside and a lot of glaring. Yeah, so it took me about like roughly 2 days to get this thing all built and calibrated or zeroed in and stuff. So that's where it's sitting for now. I got the razor weld cut 45 with the machine torch, so everything's plug and play with the plasma table. And yeah, I mean nothing. Oh yeah, I did route my air compressor behind this wall now, so I built like a little room in here, a storage room in there for the air compressor, and then I also used a like a propane tank that was similar size to the air compressor back there as an expansion tank. And then I just routed everything up to these two filters, and then I added this thing as well from Harbor Freight, and then got an extra thing if I want to use that for anything. But yeah, all the oops. Just move that here. Okay, so 2 filters, 1 extra filter, 2 more filters. The reason why is I don't have a after cooler yet, so I've just started using a bunch of filters to filter out the water from the airlines, which is not working at all. I'm still getting moisture. I mean, I'm not getting water in the lines, but I still have like water vapors in there because the filters don't do anything about those. So I'm gonna need to install 1 or 2 after coolers after the air compressor, and I'm wanting to add like 2 more. But yeah, I did also redecorate everything, I guess. Yeah, there's not much space in here anymore. Yep, anyway, today I've been trying to design a spacer for the BMW. Pull up my chair here. And I'm also just starting to learn Fusion 360 as well. But yeah, they supplied me with the computer. So I designed this on my laptop at home, but this is what it's going to look like. I have keyways in there so I can cut it out, and then I could just snap them together and weld them up. Yes, I am plasma cutting a spacer for a car. Don't worry, I'm not using this for driving. I'm using this to just so the car can sit on this, and I want to see how wide I can go. So I'm just gonna make 1 of these for now, so I can just see like the one side and see how the tire's gonna stick out and everything. So I'm gonna put this in the rear for now. I'm planning on making 2 of them so so this is basically to just make the wide body kit for the BMW. And I don't have the wheels yet, but this is gonna help me kind of measure up what size I need for the wheels, for new wheels, and I'm gonna make a custom wide body for it. So this is just kind of spacing out the wheel how far I want it for now until I can get the wheels. I'm not going to drive on this. It's not going to be safe. Well, I'm sure I can drive on it, but I won't. But yeah, so how do I reorient this thing? What's going on right now? That's upside down. There we go. Okay, there. All right, so as you can see, I have 5 braces here, and that should be enough. It's going to be in 1/4 inch, that up there, and it's going to be enough to support the car, I'm pretty sure. And I have these holes that's going into, these holes are going to be going into the on the car side, and then this side is going to be where the wheel is, and I put some holes here so I can fit the socket and impact the bolt or the nuts in, because I have nuts on my car now. Yep, I still don't know how I'm gonna get these holes studded, or like to get a bolt into these holes. I was thinking, I have it in the I have the old stud or bolts for the BMW, and I just went off the inside of the thread here, and it's about 420 thousandths, I think. So that's what I made these holes, just enough for me to tap the thread in there, and I'm just gonna bolt it in like that, and hopefully they don't break. So we'll find out. Yeah, there's probably, well, it's probably not the sketchiest thing I've done, but it's definitely up there. Anyway, I'm gonna get this thing started, and we're gonna line this up. In the future, I want to make like a stop, like a part stop for it back here on the edge, and that way I don't have to go back and forth with a tip, with a nozzle back and forth to line up a sheet here. I could just put it up and then put it up on the, face it up against whatever would be here, and then it'll just be square. Anyway, yeah, let's get started. Oh, first I have to put this on a 2D plane because it's in 3D right now. Okay, well, I had to cut that video short because it wasn't penetrating. The plasma wasn't going through the quarter inch plate that I had. I forgot where I put it. That one right there. I accidentally got 3/16 instead of 1/4 inch, but you know, I get the metal from like a scrap place, so they wrote 1/4 inch on there, and then I measured it when I got back here, and it happened to be 3/16, not 3/16, 5/16, but that's literally only like a 1/16 inch bigger, which shouldn't affect how much it was cutting, because I had it on 1/4 inch settings when I was cutting it, but the problem was I ended up finding the problem because I thought my nozzle and the electrode was fine, because I just cut out like a bunch of signs the previous day. I don't have the old ones here anymore, but that's just the old nozzle, not nozzle, the shield there. I have a new one in right now, which I've also been using for a while, and since I don't have a let me unscrew this here. Since I don't have a water trap or a condenser installed in my airlines, I'm pretty sure the water vapors are still getting through. It is colder out, which I thought was going to be better for it, but I guess not really. But I guess it's worse because it's colder outside, which means the ambient temperature inside the tanks would be colder, and then the air coming in from the motor is heating it up like normal, so that's, I guess, more water vapors going in. Yeah, this was a new nozzle. I feel like it's still somewhat okay to use. You can see the hole is already wider, and then that's the electrode. I did drag the tip a few times when I was cutting some signs out, as you can see over there, because sometimes I just forget to ground a piece of work. Anyway, I did end up cutting out that spacer I showed. It's over here. But you can see a lot of my attempts just failed because it didn't want to go in, so it started just like engraving the top of it. You can see a lot of my attempts right here, where this one decided not to go all the way through, and then there's a bunch of slag on the other side. This one did go all the way through, but I think it's like wrong size overall. This one same as the first one. It would cut just fine, which is what confused me. It was cutting fine, but the problem was plunging down and then going through the plate. So I thought it was like a harder piece of metal or something, and then I checked I can't show you guys because I don't have it right now, but I checked the tip, the nozzle, and it just was not good. So I replaced that. I didn't get a chance to cut it on the 1/4 inch again, but I did go right into cutting signs for people on 14 gauge or 16 gauge. So it's pretty thin, and then I did all that, and it was cutting great. All I've been doing now is, like, as soon as my air compressor turns on, I'll just shut that valve off right there, and then pause the machine in between cuts, and then it kind of let the air tank cool down. Anyway, here's some stuff that I cut out recently. I haven't cleaned this up at all yet, so you can see there's a slight bit of dross, but I don't know what I need to improve on the thinner sheets of metal, because there's always some amount of dross no matter what I do for some reason. I even amped it down. I was at full 45 amps, but now I'm at like 35 amps for cutting this thin piece of metal. This is for that car. If you guys know about the PCEV Mercedes vehicles, you'll know what I'm doing. But yeah, this is just gonna be like flange for the fuel tank on that car. I might make another video on that one. I'm not sure, because there's only like one video on it and nobody talks about those. So yeah, okay. I guess I'll just end the video here. There's the spacer. I might put up some pictures. I did put it on my car as like just to see. It rolls just fine. All the keys fit in, so kind of a test run for me for cutting out these keys so that I can like snap or clip in some parts and then just weld it up. But yeah, I just had this on the car. I just welded some like old studs or lug nuts to that, and then welded in the stud kit that came with my spacers on the BMW right now. And yeah, I don't know why that's loose. Anyway, again, I didn't use this. I'm not using this to drive around. This is just to test how wide I want the car, and I'm pretty happy with it right now. It might be a tad bit too wide, as you guys will see in the pictures if I can put it up on the screen. Yeah, I'll just end the video here. More to see from this thing, the plasma table, and you know, I could see like a lot of way better quality pieces and metal cut out on my end now. I don't have to order it from online and stuff and get it shipped. I could just, you know, if I need a bracket, I could literally just make it in like 10 minutes. Yeah, anyway, I was about to design another one, but I think I'm just gonna scrap it. Yeah, here's the Here's the interface for it. But I'm gonna end the video here. Hopefully you guys liked it, even though my machine did break. Not break. It was on my end. It's not. The machine's been doing great, but I'm not the best at programming stuff yet, or plumbing airlines and stuff. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Bye. Subscribe.